Hello, thank you for joining me today as we take a look at the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered live on my channel for the Nintendo Switch platform. Thanks for joining me. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up for more content like this. Jump right into Soul Reaver 1 and 2, which has been covered extensively across YouTube, but I still want to play it. I did get a chance to check this out briefly yesterday, but I did not get a chance to dive into the full experience. And so here we are, live. No jive, just live. All right. That was cheesy. All right, let's go. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Here it is. I would load the game because I already have a game, which I will do in a minute, but we're actually going to start a new game so you can see the new opening intro cutscene.
Kain is deified. The clans tell tales of him. Few know the truth. He was mortal once, as were we all. However, his contempt for humanity drove him to create me and my brethren. I am Raziel, firstborn of his lieutenants. I stood with Kain and my brethren at the dawn of the Empire. I have served him a millennium. Over time, we became less human and more divine. Kain would enter the state of change and emerge with a new gift. Some years after the Master, our evolution would follow. Until I had the honor of surpassing my lord. For my transgression, I earned a new kind of reward. Agony. There was only one possible outcome. My eternal damnation. I, Raziel, was to suffer the fate of traitors and weaklings, to burn forever in the bowels of the Lake of the Dead. Cast him in. Tumbling, burning with white-hot fire, I plunged into the depths of the abyss. Unspeakable pain, relentless agony. Time ceased to exist. Only this torture and a deepening hatred of the hypocrisy that damned me to this hell. An eternity passed, and my torment receded, bringing me back from the precipice of madness. The descent had destroyed me, and yet I lived.
Look at him. Look at him. He is the Soul Reaver.
I know you, Raziel. You are worthy.
What madness is this? What pitiful form is this that I have come to inhabit? Death would be a release next to this travesty.
You did not survive the abyss, Raziel. I have only spared you from total dissolution.
Total dissolution.
I would choose oblivion over this existence.
The choice is not yours.
I am destroyed.
You are reborn.
You can switch at any time
The
between
birth of one of
the old graphics
nations traps the
and the new graphics,
It
even
is
during
the
cutscenes,
soul
which
that
is pretty
animates the
impressive.
corpse you lived in. And that
So this is sort of what the old game used to look like
minds
on
of
PlayStation and Dreamcast
there is no balance.
and
The souls
PC,
of
but
the
obviously
dead
with much
remain
higher resolution
trapped.
output.
I cannot spin them in the wheel of fate. They
And
cannot
then
complete their destiny.
This is what the remaster looks like. It's pretty impressive. You can swap between the two in real time. So if you don't like the changes of the remaster, or something's confusing in some area and you need to switch back, it's easy.
Destroy him and your brethren. Free their souls and let the wheel of fate.
Pretty impressive how true to the original the remaster still is, though.
To reave their souls.
And then Raziel looks more like his
Possible.
cutscene
Become
model.
my soul reaver, my angel of death.
Though I do think his claws could be a little sharper. Anyways, I am going to load my game. Even though it's going to start us in the same spot, because I already played this game a little bit. No souls? Oh, that's just to talk to the dude. To talk to my dude. This guy's like the Great Deku Tree. He's like your guide. Except for his voice is epic. So technically I have a warp point, but I haven't gotten far enough in the game, sadly. I didn't get to the point. It was a little bit further than where I was at when I stopped playing. To get to the second warp point, so we're just going to walk on over there. Oh, nobody can see what's going on. That's great. We'll switch between the new and old graphics here and there. There's no graphics settings other than the Switch, which is fine. He takes in souls. He's the Soul Reaver. So I played this game originally on PlayStation, I believe, and then later on Dreamcast, or maybe we just played it on Dreamcast. Honestly, I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we played it on PlayStation first, and then we got the Dreamcast version later, and obviously the Dreamcast version was way better than the PlayStation version. But the PlayStation version was still super impressive, especially compared to Legacy of Kain 1. Legacy of Kain 2, you're like, what? The differences are just like night and day. So this is kind of like Legacy of Kain 2, even though there is an actual Legacy of Kain 2. This was called Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver, so it's like a sequel to the first Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, which was a top-down 2D sprite-based dungeon and overworld action game. It was really good, actually. Really good game, really good voice acting too, pretty good gameplay. But then to go from that to this full 3D world, which you couldn't actually move the camera up and down, you could only move it left and right, but it was still pretty impressive. Actually, probably didn't need to fight these guys, but why not? Wow. Where'd he go? Where's the other guy? Oh, I didn't lock onto him. That's why these guys were so hard to fight. So you have to lock onto them like, sort of like Ocarina of Time. But it doesn't show a Z target or anything like that. It just locks onto them. And then you consume their souls to refill your health. What's really cool about this game is there's two realms. There's the material realm and the spectral realm. So we're in the spectral realm right now. And there's water up here. See this water? It looks like just like gas. It has no hold on my body. So we were actually underwater, and you didn't even really know, because you're like, what? We're underwater? Because it's just like some fog gas stuff. So then here we have a point where I can shift between the material and the spectral realms. So now he's going to do a shift. And to do a shift, you press minus and then Y, which is a little confusing, honestly. You could totally get stuck in this game at this point and be like, I don't know what to do. The tutorial kind of tells you, though. And then this is tricky, too, because you got to jump across this gap without falling in, or you'll go back to the spectral realm. You can't get wet yet. I think he can get wet later. He, like, unlocks the ability, but he hasn't done that yet. Welcome, welcome, Nicholas R. Was there a patch release? There was just the first launch day patch. So there's the preview copies, which came out with the 1.0 version, and then there was the patch that came out a few days before launch, the 1.0.1 patch. So when the game downloaded, it had 1.0, and then it was 1.1. So no, this isn't like a patch video. This is just the first look video of the launch game. I just figured I would throw the patch notes, not the patch notes, sorry, the version number in the title so people know when I later do an update video. Oh, that's actually really cool. It remembered the location of the block, so I don't have to solve the block puzzles over and over again. And actually, it was kind of impressive. Did you see the dead bodies just still strewn about? And earlier, I picked up this torch over here, and it's now gone. And now there's still a torch over here that I could grab, but I'm going to save it for later. So the game remembers quite a lot of details, which is pretty impressive for a Dreamcast/PlayStation 1 era game. This is right where I had to take a break, so I didn't get too far into the game when I did do my testing. And we will be looking at, wait, what's the impale button? It's not giving me tutorial hints anymore. Hold button to impale. There we go. Consume soul. Watch body burn. Pick it up. Pick it up. You can't pick it up anymore. Oh, that's right. After you impale someone with it, it's done. Or not? I guess it's not. I can pick this one up. I can sneak attack? I forgot about this. I forgot their stealth. Oh, I think I could have instantly impaled him, but I did it wrong. Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. That's what I was supposed to do. Too bad I can't rewind. Oh, ha! It all just comes back. It's all. Let's do it again. Rewind. I forgot. You have to consume his soul or he won't die. I love the way he picks up the weapon too. There's like a little special effect thing, you know, that shows it floating up to his hand. It's so cool. Let's see if I can sneak up on this guy and get him the right way. Dude, I love the stealth action. It's like Metal Gear Solid status. Let's do it with the classic graphics. Oh, it didn't work. He heard me. I don't know what I was expecting. Classic graphics, soul suck. It's all pixelated. What's this? Oh, this is the warp room. This is the one I was supposed to get to that I quit like 2 seconds too early. Isn't it? Isn't it? It is. Here it is. I know some people are seeing a black box missing picture glitch. Yeah, there's still some bugs. I'm sure they'll release some patches. This seems like a very passion project. It's actually released in a very competent state, but at the same time, I'm sure they'll still fix it. It's really cool actually when you teleport. Let's do it. Okay. How do we select? Oh, we just walk forward, right? And he's just instantly there. This was really cool. Like, you didn't see this a lot in PlayStation 1 or Dreamcast games where you just like instantly teleport between areas. and like have a huge open world area. The coding on this game was incredible for the time. Obviously now it's, you know, it's a little outdated, but personally, I still think it's an amazing experience. And then to get out of here, you do have to shift back into the material realm. I like the way he shifts too. He does this little like dance with his body. Although I think I remember that animation being a little slower. They might have sped it up for the remaster, I'm not sure. Might just because it was 30 FPS before, we're now at 60, so it kind of gives that illusion of being faster. Oh gosh. Lock onto him. There we go. I love how he just picks it up with the combat button. That's so intuitive. It was a little confusing at first that you're using Y for certain actions, but once you get used to it, it's pretty good. Wait, why isn't he sucking souls? There we go. No way, it's the place of my demise. But not in cutscene form. In the gameplay form.
Had remained constant. The endlessly swirling vortex of the abyss. My tomb and the womb of my rebirth. Though much of Nosgoth's landscape had changed, these cliffs gave me my bearings. My clan territory was to the west. I was anxious to see how my descendants had fared during the centuries of my absence.
His descendants. The narrative is just so good. And the voice acting too, especially for the era where there was very little of this level of voice acting. You've got like a handful of games. You got this game, and Metal Gear Solid, and I'm sure there's others, but I can't remember them at the moment. Oh snaps. They locked the doors. They mean business. You're next. Oh, I keep forgetting to lock onto them. That's why the combat looks so sketchy. It's really not that hard, but I keep forgetting to lock on. Oh, he just comes back. I forgot about that. Duh, you have to eat his soul. This block, I believe, is movable if I get rid of my weaponry. Let's see. Where would I move it to anyways? Isn't it? Come on. How do you get rid of the weaponry? Oh, right here. You can throw the weapons. Yes, this block is movable. Oh. I can throw my weapon far enough away. Wow, it really flew. There must be a purpose to this stone, or else why would it be here? It's gonna have something to do with... Oh, that wouldn't make sense. Oh, it does. I can't do it right now, but what it would allow me to do is later, I'll move it right now so I can do it later. Later it'll allow me to phase through those bars in the spectral realm.
Utter desolation. My once proud kin wiped from this world like excrement from a boot. I knew the hand that wrought this deed.
Actually, let's use the torch this time. The torch is cool because you can burn them. And I should be able to relight the torch with this torch stance thing up here. Yep. You have to remember to lock onto these guys. There's a lot of different ways you can kill them. So you can kill them by throwing them in water. You can kill them with torches. You always have to reap their souls, though. I really need to not worry about collectibles too much because it's really not that hard to go back and get them all. And it's not that big of a deal if you miss them. But here's another warp point. So there's a lot of warp points so that you don't have to walk all over the world when you want to traverse it. You can warp, but you do need to unlock the warp points, so you need to make sure you stop by them. And this was actually in the original Soul Reaver 2. So there was this bat system where Kain could turn into a bat and fly around. Or not Soul Reaver, sorry, Legacy of Kain. And then they came up with this kind of warp system in Soul Reaver, which I think is even cooler. Make sure I stopped the recording. Okay, I did. Oops. Pick that up first. Wait, can we pick it up and open the door? Well, we must be able to. I got in here with it. That almost looks like a door, doesn't it? You have to come back here later and go into the waters. Obviously, right now it's not a good idea. I might have to do it right now, actually, though, in the spectral realm. Or I could do it right now in the spectral realm. For now, I'm going to stay in the material realm. Ooh, a new weapon. Actually, the game remembers where you leave weapons, too, so if I leave that weapon there, it should stay there. He used this weapon. There's a lot of weapon types. Most of them are these sphere things, but you also get your Soul Reaver sword later. Like, I think there's some maces and clubs too, if I remember correctly. Hey, Chad M, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you there, buddy. Shout out to Chad M in the chat. Chad Man has arrived. How you doing, Chad? What's up, Chad? Impale him. I just discovered a new setting in the new version of OBS. OBS just got a new update. I was using the beta, so I kind of already had access to the new features, but they improved some stuff and got a new B-frame reference encoding option. I'm not sure what it'll really change, but I turned that on, and yeah, I actually should probably pull up a stream monitor on my phone. Oh, and I need to go to the live control panel. Let's see. Tubio. How's that looking? Yeah, it looks decent. I'm not sure if the new encoding thing did anything, but it seems to be working out okay. Thanks again for stopping by my channel. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up for more content like this. My friend said they added the new day and night cycle, which was cut in the original. They did, actually, yeah. So there is cut content restored, and there's cut content you can explore separate from the main game. So it wasn't added back into the main game, but you can still explore some of the cut content. We may even look at that during this live stream. I probably should stop when I get to so I can go through there. I should probably stop when I get to another teleport area. But I'm just having fun walking around. I wonder if there's a teleport area over there. That's probably what's behind that door. And again, it would be a little soon for another teleport area. Let's just go check out what's behind that door. What's behind door number 1? Oh, it's locked. No, it's not locked. Interesting, it's a pull door instead of a push door. Some of them are push doors and some of them are pull doors. Funny. Oh, we were in this room already. This is where I left my stuff earlier. I'm going to go back through here. Is that right? That is right. So weird. How did I go in a circle? Oh, I just got confused because I was talking and I went backwards. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Don't actually need to fight those guys again. Although I could have used their souls. I don't think there's anything down here. But let's look around anyways. Any doors? No? No doors? Can you break these open? Is that a thing? No. I feel like it should be. I can't remember how long this game is. I don't think it really takes that long to beat it, really. I think it's like maybe a 10, 20 hour kind of thing. Not really sure. What are we doing here? Oh, pick up my weapon. I feel like there's something I should be doing here with this dial. Does this feel like somewhere I've already been? Huh. Raining.
No! Please!
Oh, it's a human. They're alive.
I didn't recognize these flayed racks of flesh. Their scent was vampiric. They gnawed upon their victim's carcass like dogs.
Gross. They're like not even vampires, like totally devolved from the decay of the vampiric apocalypse here. Thy flesh consumed. They're more like goblins or something. I love the way their bodies burn away. My friend said they added a new day and night cycle that was cut in the original. I thought you had glowing headphones. What are we talking about? Glowing headphones? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Where was I supposed to go? Up. The only way to go from here is up. Or is that the way we came? That might be the way we came. That's the way we came. Whose symbol is that? gate looks nice. That's what the original looked like. It's a pretty nice redo. Original, redo. Original, redo. It's so like true to the original, but like, wow. Oh god, was that just a dude? Did I just kill a dude? Seems like a human. I guess he would have shot me anyways, but I kind of feel bad.
This charnel house bore the unmistakable marks of Melchiah's clan. To what depths had our dynasty plummeted if these ghouls were the descendants of my high-born brother?
The green spiral was
Were they
behind
so
your
debased
webcam. Oh,
as to
nice.
recruit fledglings from
I
the
see what you're
desiccated
saying.
corpses here interred?
Yeah, that's why I turned off the webcam too. I just wanted to show the game right now. What was that? Did you see that? Just popped into the ground. It's like a zombie vampire. No way. New weapon, bro. Alright, what's up here? What are we gonna do with this thing? We're gonna make it up there. Okay. I feel like they might have made the animation a little bit smoother for the blocks. It feels like the original, but it feels like it could be a little faster. Again, that might just be the 60 FPS thing.
My brother Melchiah was made last, and therefore received the poorest portion of Kain's gift. Although immortal,
It would have been cool to see a Metal Gear Solid remake like this for Metal Gear Solid 1, where it's remastered, where you can switch to the original graphics and you can switch to like the newer graphics, but it'd still be the same exact game, kind of like this. That would be cool. Where are they at? I guess they went next level with the Metal Gear Solid 3 remaster. You've got the original HD version, and then you've got the hardcore, awesome Delta coming out. I should probably save soon. I'll save and then we'll resume because I still need a work point. And I don't know where they're at. I keep looking for one. I think there's one coming up if I remember correctly. Ah! Killed one of them and then I brought him back to life. Oh, I could have thrown them in the light. That would have been cool. Ah, I knew it. So even though I don't really want to play them out of order, we saved it, right? We'll save it twice. I also want to show off the Legacy of Kain 2 and the extras. So, let's load up the Legacy of Kain 2. Is there any options we should change? I think I already did that. Okay. So I did briefly look at this, but I didn't actually play this like I did Soul Reaver.
At last.
I just checked out this opening cutscene.
Disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your
brothers. Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the
There's
abyss?
no original or remastered switching here,
Eternity is relentless.
because this is a pre-rendered like video cutscene.
When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge.
It's like total spoilers for the end of Soul Reaver.
To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never contain such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? As such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine eons ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us.
Oh, I have a snack.
Is an illusion.
It's snack time.
I found the tomb of Sarafan, Kain. How could you profane a priest by turning him into a vampire? How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil? The Sarafan were saviors, defending Nazgul from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are open, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse. You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Sarafan were noble, altruistic? Oh, don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours. You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds. Completely.
Oh. Okay. I fixed the game audio. Windows has a new voice focus mode, which is great for my microphone. It's not so great for video games.
Welcome to your destiny. Where am I? Is the usual question. In your case, when might be more apt.
Very well, you old snake. If you'd prefer I use my bare hands.
So those were the old graphics, and then these are the new
This is
graphics.
completely
So old
unexpected.
graphics,
This orb
New
disables
graphics.
our vampire
PlayStation
enemies,
2,
leaving them helpless and
Nintendo Switch.
incapacitated. Strangely, it seems to have the same effect on that peculiar weapon of yours. But you must believe me. I mean you no harm.
You can drop the benevolent facade, Mobius. I know who and what you are. I should kill you where you stand.
Perhaps you should, my boy. But you don't.
Are you so certain of that, Mobius?
My role as Time Guardian affords me a certain level of omniscience, Raziel. No, you don't kill me. That honor belongs to your maker, Kain, some 30 years from now.
You two are a pair. You're just as fatalistic as he is.
Death comes for us all, Raziel. It's just a matter of time.
How is it that you know my name? We have never met.
On the contrary, Raziel, I know you very well. And it grieves me to see how cruelly Kain has used you. I knew you when you were one of the Sarafan Brotherhood, Raziel. We were even close.
Oh, please.
Fortunately, you need not love me now to be my ally.
Are we within the stronghold of the Sarafan priesthood?
Yes, but the glorious days of the Sarafan have long since passed, I'm afraid. This is a more cynical and indecorous age. My mercenary army now inhabits this stronghold. We strive to honor the memory of the Sarafan with our own humble crusade.
Is this the vampire Vorador?
Yes, the scourge of the Circle, the most depraved and decadent example of his whole degenerate race. He slaughtered 6 of my fellow Guardians as they cowered defenseless in this room.
And you somehow survived this massacre?
I and 2 others. The Circle was devastated. Only we 3 were spared.
How convenient. You'll forgive me if I don't naively devour every scrap of information you toss me. You have a reputation for deceit.
And who has slandered me so? Your malefactor, Kain? The one who betrayed and destroyed you? Our common enemy? Consider the source before you judge me too harshly. We'll forget about rekindling our old friendship then, but consider an alliance based on our common ground. We both want Kain dead. I can help you do it.
You don't want to meddle in this, old man. I know all about your sordid little schemes, but you're simply out of your depth on this one.
You underestimate me, Raziel. Let me show you. Even now, Kain is lying in wait for you, unaware that I've snatched you out of the time stream and brought you here to me. See how he lingers at the very pillars he is destined to destroy, foolishly confident that he has eluded your grasp.
The pillars are still standing in this time.
Yes, Raziel. They are the embodiment of the divine force which preserves the life of our world. We who serve the pillars maintain their delicate balance, and Kain is destined to be the fulcrum upon which that balance turns. I believe you have already endured the wasteland wrought by his terrible, selfish decision. Kain's very existence is a cancer upon this world. As long as he lives, all of Nosgoth is in peril. You may never again be human, Raziel. But you can re-embrace the essence of your humanity and the nobility of your Sarafan heritage. Go to him, Raziel, and end this. But first, you will need to find your way out of the stronghold, and in this, I'm afraid I cannot help you. My soldiers will not understand your appearance here. They will try to kill you. You needn't fear them, of course. They're no match for you. Try to keep the casualties to a minimum. But do what you have to do. All great movements require a few martyrs.
Alone now, I surveyed my surroundings and noticed a second time-streaming chamber. Its entrance identical to the first, but with one distinction. That crystal was significant, but how? I had not yet discovered.
All right. Oh yeah, I like the way he cracked his back. So if you played Legacy of Kain, this guy was a big deal in that game. He was kind of like Kain's biggest influence. Get out of here on these doors. There's a little rat running around. The combat's a little bit more elaborate than the original. Ooh, I picked up a sword. Oh, he chopped his head off. That's so gruesome. Oh. Oh, that's what he does with the sword. He doesn't impale them, he chops their head off. He beheads them. In the beginning, that was Kain, yeah. This is Raziel. At the end of the first game, Legacy of Kain Blood Omen, you have a choice to either restore the balance or destroy the balance. And of course, you know, you can pick both endings and you can see both endings. But Kain, ultimately, as far as the story goes, destroys the balance instead of sacrificing himself. And then we end up with the storyline.
Throughout the stronghold, I discovered evidence of my former nobility and my life as a Sarafan priest. This was the heritage so foully stolen from me when Kain raided my sacred crypt and defiled me.
Actually, if I remember correctly, with the combat in this game, you can kind of just like jank around. Yeah. Yeah. You can lock on, or you can kind of just jank around the enemy and they like can't block you. So funny. I forgot about that. I kind of loved that about this game. When this game came out on PlayStation 2, this was one of my favorite games for a little while. I don't know why, but I found it to be so much better than the first Soul Reaver, just because the graphics were a lot easier to navigate. And some of the storyline that expands upon the first Soul Reaver and the first Legacy of Kain, I just thought it was really cool PlayStation 2 game. And I don't know where to go. Is there a map? Is there a map? Ooh, we can shift. What happens if I shift? Do we have to shift? Is that a thing? Perhaps we have to shift. Yes, we have to shift. I had a feeling. What else do we have? Oh, a map. The shift was cool.
Of Mobius's cursed staff, I could feel the strength of the Soul Reaver slowly returning. If that orb was as debilitating to vampires as it was to the blade, it gave Mobius a powerful advantage over his enemies. I finally understood how Mobius's crusade could decimate the vampires so successfully. If he could immobilize his enemies, they were at his mercy. But why, I wondered, would the staff have any effect on the Reaver?
Prepare to die.
What happened? The Reaver ran out of energy? Oh, it's only out when he's at full health. Is that what it is? One of those things? Jeez. He's really trying to kill me. If I kill one of them, I can steal their weapons. I'm about to cheese this one up. Is she a vampire? Or is she a human? Oh, she's a human. She's one of these Seraphans, huh? You've got heavy attacks. They can't block. You've got your light attacks. I don't want to go that way. I'm guessing I have to go to the spectral realm to get through here, or is this just a gate? Oh, we can't open it yet. We need a key of some kind. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I don't think I'm actually supposed to kill it. That's the goal. Does Raziel have blue blood? Ugh, it's so gruesome. Oh, I should delay the... How do I do that? Yeah, no, just delay them. Kain was playable in the other games, yes. So in Legacy of Kain Blood Omen and Blood Omen 2, as well as Legacy of Kain Defiance, you can play as Kain. And he's actually really cool in the first game. He's cool in the other games too.
Stronghold's inner sanctum, a strange sensation crept over me.
Oh, I guess I didn't
An
need to do anything to
indescribable
get through this
feeling
but
of
kill everybody.
displacement, a sense of vertigo, as reality itself appeared to warp and bend around me. The disturbance seemed to emanate from the sanctuary's furthest chapel. As I cautiously approached, the sense of dislocation intensified with each step. So this was the tomb of the beloved King William the Just, beatified here as the martyr and catalyst of Mobius's crusade. I was reminded of Kain's journey as a fledgling vampire. How Mobius coerced him to travel back in history and assassinate William, thus igniting a genocidal hatred of vampires among the citizens of Nosgoth. And here I discovered the source of the displacement. The Soul Reaver itself, laid out like a holy relic, and broken, apparently in the battle between William and Kain. I had not thought such a thing was possible. Until, of course, Kain shattered the blade against me when he tried to strike me down. Thus, the captive spirit inhabiting the Reaver was released, and binding itself to me became my symbiotic weapon. And so the Reaver met its former self, still imprisoned in this corporeal shell. I watched, mesmerized, as the Wraith blade uncoiled itself and snaked down the length of the physical blade. Embracing its twin, its mirror self, the Reaver's long-dormant spirit was now fully aroused. And for the first time, I felt the true presence of this other entity. Willful, ravenous, and deranged from thousands of years of imprisonment. The Reaver was now in command, and I, now merely its helpless host, felt my soul being leeched to restore the blade. But the Reaver knew better than to destroy its host, and just as I neared the brink of oblivion, the blade released its hold on me. As I recovered, I realized we were now bound together in a fragile alliance. The Reaver no longer merely my symbiotic weapon, but a sentient parasite competing for control.
What have you done to me, Mobius? Is this your trap?
How mine? Don't forget it was Kain who led you here, not I. While you curse me, the only soul in Nosgoth ready to guide and assist you, Kain laughs at our folly and revels in your dismay.
These blades, now coiled in sinister embrace, have inspired terror in the hearts of creatures far more durable than you, old man. Bound together as they are, I can only imagine what they could do to your soul's fragile shell.
Raziel, I beg you to stay your hand. This was none of my doing. I have sought only to aid you in your righteous quest.
Why, you're trembling, Mobius. Has your confidence abandoned you? You seem to have made a fatal error by leaving your precious staff behind. Is that where all your courage comes from?
Listen to me, Raziel. You don't know what you're doing. I have taken an enormous risk by appearing here before you, so defenseless, yet eager to prove my good intentions. If there's anything left of the Seraphim in you, you won't do this. While you threaten me, your true enemy eludes you.
Don't concern yourself with Kain, old man. He'll join you in hell soon enough. As you said, death comes for us all.
Yes, the Wheel of Fate demands it.
What did you say?
The Wheel of Fate. The inexorable cycle of death and rebirth to which all men are compelled. We serve the same God, Raziel. To strike me down would be striking God's own attendant. And I don't believe even you would take that risk.
I tire of your games, Mobius. Now that I know you fear me, I needn't concern myself with you. Kain is waiting for me.
Go then, Raziel. Seek Kain out and destroy him in the name of the one God we both serve. You, who were once a Seraphim priest, murdered, profaned, destroyed, and reborn again from his mercy. You are now most powerfully equipped to be his agent, his instrument of restoration and retribution.
My own vengeance is motivation enough.
By my soul, you almost had me, my little blue assassin. But that'll be the one and only chance you get. I assure you of that.
I could now summon the blade at will, regardless of my strength. But once summoned, the blade's ravenous appetite could not be contained. It devoured the souls of its victims, and if I allowed it to become over-aroused, the Reaver would now turn its hunger on me.
It decimated my health wheel that I built up in the first game. Do you see that?
Legendary Janos Ordrin, reputed to have been the most ancient and diabolical vampire to have ever existed. According to folklore, he lived high in the cliffs of Nosgoth's northern mountains and preyed mercilessly on the defenseless villagers below. His reign of terror ended when the Sarafan finally hunted him down and tore his throbbing heart from his still-living body. This relic came to be known as the Heart of Darkness, and was supposedly imbued with the power to restore vampiric unlife. The Sarafan therefore guarded it carefully, lest the heart fall into the hands of their enemies. But I wondered, could Janos Ordrin truly have been as monstrous as depicted here? Or was this merely artistic license by the Sarafan, who sought to lionize themselves by demonizing their darkest enemy?
This artwork's pretty much unchanged from the original and remastered. The remastered's just cleaned up a little bit with like smoothed out. Actually, there is some detail. See the red eyes. Interesting. Oh, we can't go in there, huh? Well, maybe we can. It says it's locked, right? Locked. Where do we go now? So now I should be able to, yeah, you can select the Soul Reaver at any time. Should probably save. Is there a save option? No. Okay. Don't know what to do here. Let me try this again. No, that's not working. Maybe we can phase through it. Let's try that. No, that's not a thing. Okay. Let's oh, there we go. There's a door. He thinks I'm a vampire. I mean, technically he was at one point.
Strange how my history came full circle. This chapel, I realized, was a memorial to my former Sarafan brethren and myself. All of us martyred here. And and then so cruelly profaned by Kain when he imposed his gift on our noble corpses. For the first time, I beheld the image of my Seraphan self, memorialized here among my fallen comrades. It tortured me to see how noble and pure I had been, and what a vile phantasm I had become, and a profound sense of injury, of loss and betrayal welled up in me, so overwhelming I could barely contain it. All I wanted at this moment was to find Kain and destroy him.
It's like a good novel. This narration is just so good. My weapon. A weapon. You know what? Jeez, you two. Wait, this looks like somewhere we've already been. Am I going the wrong way? There's no teleporting in this one, or like hidden collectibles, or going back and re-exploring the world. It's kind of a linear storyline. You can re-explore the area you're in, you know, you're free to do that, but I think to some extent you can explore the world, but like pretty much you're just going from area to area. You do come back to certain areas, but it's not like the first game where you can explore the whole world right up until you're about to beat it.
I emerged, and for the first time beheld Nosgoth in its former glory.
I was all excited to see Nosgoth rendered on the PlayStation 2 instead of the two PlayStation 1 or Dreamcast games.
That the world I had left behind was nothing more than the corpse of
What's interesting is Blood Omen 2 came out on all platforms, but Soul Reaver 2, I don't think it came out on GameCube.
The fragile world Kain sacrificed to preserve his own petty life and ambition. Heedless
And then the PC ports of these originally had like terrible controller support unless you modded them, and even then it's difficult.
If Kain truly waited to confront me there, I would not disappoint.
So you had to keyboard and mouse it, which is kind of weird for a game like this. Okay, where are we going? I feel like we should go over there, but I also want to go over there. Am I gonna die when I hit the water? I don't think I'm gonna make it. No, you can swim. Okay. Okay, but I don't think you can climb up there. So that's kind of moot.
As I passed this arcane landmark, a wisp of the Reaver's energy was drawn into the ring, illuminating it. This created a beacon of sorts in the spirit world. If ever I found myself depleted in the spectral realm, and my soul tossed on the ethereal winds, these beacons would draw me back to safety and restore me.
Oh, it's a checkpoint. These beacons will draw me back and restore me. I'm like, what is he talking about? Wait, is he gonna close it now? Can we skip this action? Oh, we can. Okay. What if I would have been able to get up over there that way? That's what the original water looks like, and that's the remaster texture. So original underwater look. Some of the original stuff looks pretty good, actually. Like, I actually like the original texturing here better than the new texturing. Obviously, the new texturing is like HD, but at a distance, this old texturing looks kind of good. And when you get close to it, it looks bad. So the chunkiness of old games actually looks cool sometimes.
These ancient obelisks were mysteriously attuned to my spiritual essence.
Like here,
By simply touching
I think both scenes look good.
I could safely preserve an imprint of my soul, and thus create a milestone to which I could return when weary, and from which I could resume my journey.
Can we crash the game by switching too much? No. Oh, it's a save point. The save points look like the original Legacy of Kain save points, which is kind of cool. Not exactly like them, but they're kind of a throwback. So wait, he saved his game then? Yes, yes he did. Very nice. Let's take a look at some of the bonus features. It took a while to get to the first save point there. Thanks for joining me as we take a look at Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. Now we're going to take a quick look at some of the bonus content. So you've got a music player, you've got galleries with fan art, concept art, renders. You've got production art, you've got voice talent, information. You've got the lost levels. You've got the lore of Nosgoth. So they'll teach you about stuff that you can read about. You can watch videos, the opening. You can watch outtakes, demos. What's demos? Oh. It's so like low res.
You nearly had me, Raziel.
You can watch the credits. There's the Dark Chronicle, which is just like tells you the plot, and you can just read through Soul Reaver 1 and 2 as like a book. But what's really the interesting content here is the lost levels. So you can actually revisit cut content from Soul Reaver. Oh, it's not remastered at all though. Interesting. So it doesn't have the remastered graphics. That's interesting. Oh, it's weird. It plays different too. It plays like the original. Oh, it feels weird. It feels so weird. It plays like the original. Oh, it's so weird. So the cut content is different than the regular remastered release. Oh, that's so weird. So they restored it and they kind of made it playable here. But really what you're looking at is you're just looking at like, it's not really a playable level, it's just a level design and we can freely explore it as Raziel, but there's nothing really to do. So it's not an actual level. It's not a finished level. Like I don't believe we can move this. Yeah. So we can't even solve the puzzles. We can't move the blocks. But they should be in position already. Like if I need to get somewhere, I should be able to get there using these. And it's unfinished because it's cut content. But it's cool that they restored it and now you're able to walk around this cut area of the game. Let's check out the priestess boss room. Bet that looks cool. Whoa. It like triggered a special camera thing. Who knows what purpose for. But again, part of the cut content probably. Oh. What the? Alright. And this is some really unfinished content because I just fell into the abyss. The warp gate. The forges. I heard this was a big thing. I think this is part of Soul Reaver 2, maybe? Let's check out the Sunlight Forge. Or is this Soul Reaver 1? Some sort of animation was supposed to play there when you do that. Oh, okay. That's all it is, huh? But it's cool. I mean, like, who does that? How many games can you talk about that's remastered where all of a sudden you can just play some, like, levels that weren't playable in the original? This is pretty cool. This is where you would forge your blade. That's cool. Thanks again for watching me play this game. This was this was a great game. You can phase through gates. Yes, you can. I don't know if you can in the, yes, you can access the spirit versions, I believe, and the regular versions of those cut areas. Thanks again for watching Ninsense YouTube channel. Thanks for joining me today, Chad M, Nox Harmonia, Nicholas R, and everybody else who stopped by, even those of you that watch this post live. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up for more content like this. Shout out to Aspire and all these lovely people who were playing the credits of right here who helped bring this port over to the Nintendo Switch and all other platforms. Obviously, there's the original developers too, which were amazing. It's a really amazing game series. I hope you guys like checking this out, and I hope you'll, if you are interested in these games and this cool vampire story, maybe you'll consider picking up these games on your preferred platforms. I don't know if I'll continue streaming this whole game, but I'll probably cover the updates that come out. And yeah, it was awesome. Thanks again for stopping by. And I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace. Stay solid, stay safe, and I'll see you next mission.